Hey y'all, it is your girl Chastity, and I am back with a message from God. I am so sorry I've been MIA, y'all. I've been traveling and on vacation. So, the Lord basically just volunteered me to go on a sabbatical. So he hadn't been speaking because he's been allowing me to rest and just enjoy this little old life. So I am back. But I had a quick word for y'all from God, and it is about forgiveness, y'all. I don't know how many times we have to talk about forgiveness, and the reason being is because so many people are harboring so much unforgiveness. And the reason why people are still in bondage is because of unforgiveness. Do you know that unforgiveness may be that very thing that is standing in the way of your promise and your next? We are so busy on keeping tallies of what people did to us, how they wronged us, how they hurt us, and all those things instead of forgiving them. Like, God doesn't hold grudges or keep tallies with the things that we've done when we know we done did a lot of stuff. We shouldn't be here, but God is just so faithful and he's so forgiving. So we need to learn how to do the same thing. It's so crazy because people are wondering why they continue experiencing chaos and being in those repetitive cycles. And it's simply because you lack forgiveness. Some of y'all lack self-awareness. Let's be very clear. Self-awareness is not there. So you may be naive to the fact that you haven't forgiven some people. And you can't even be mad at God and be like, why me? Why do I keep going through these things? And it's because you won't look within and ask God, what is it that I need to surrender to you? God, help me. You don't want to partner with God so you can work on those things or forgive those people for the things that they may have done to you knowingly or unknowingly. So you need to focus on that and be asking God, who else do I need to forgive, Father God? Like, who is still, someone that I am holding on to grudge the things that they did to me? How do I get out of bondage, Father God? Like, some people be in their wilderness for years. Like, God meant for you to be in your wilderness only for a season, but you end up being in your wilderness forever. You stuck in there because you choose to not forgive. You like, no, what they did this to me. I remember when they did that. Child, why are you still holding it? Why are you still holding those grudges? You should want to forgive so that you can have a clean heart and be able to move with love. We talk about the fruits of the spirit all the time on this here channel, and you cannot be coming from a loving place. You can't be gentle. You can't be saying you have self-awareness. Clearly, you lack it if you ain't forgiving people, or you don't even know that you need to forgive some folks. But you end up being in your wilderness for years when God only meant for you to be in your wilderness for a season. Something that was supposed to only take 11 days for Moses and the Israelites when he brought them out of Egypt, it was supposed to only take 11 days. It ended up taking them 40 years. And that's exactly what's going on with you. And if you need to go read it, child, go to Numbers. Go to Numbers and start reading and read up on it. But you too busy worried about these other folks and things that don't even serve you anymore. People that are no longer in your life and you're still holding grudges and not wanting to forgive them because of something that they did to you. So that's why you're still in that wilderness. You're like, God, when am I gonna come out of my wilderness season? And God is like, baby, I've been trying to take you out of there. Like, I've been trying to, but the fact that you do not want to surrender that to me, you do not want to partner with me, I'm standing at that door knocking, and I'm just waiting for you to invite me into that situation. But you refuse to do it. So that is why you're still in your wilderness. When you were like Moses and them, they were only supposed to be there 11 days. God was like, you were only supposed to be in that wilderness for a season. It was some things I was trying to work on through you, or teach you, or giving you a situation so that I can prune you, or I can strengthen your fruits of the Spirit or develop your fruits of the Spirit. But no, instead of partnering with me or instead of forgiving them people, that's why you've been in that wilderness for years. And you're like, Father, why me? Why not you? Why you still harboring those feelings and hate and grudges against these folks? Something that was only, literally, y'all, Moses and them, it was only supposed to take them 11 days. But the fact that they were being disobedient, they lacked trust in God, and they would not surrender to God what he kept trying to show them and bring them into the land of milk and honey. They didn't want to do that. So that's why their disobedience had them stuck until I guess they got tired. They like, all right, now that's enough. 40 years. So don't be upset with God when he's trying to help and guide you, because you're so caught up in self and flesh and just over there strung out on ignorance, y'all. Strung out on ignorance and can't listen to the Lord. Like, God is like, baby, I'm trying to take you to the land of milk and honey, but you too busy worried about doing things in your will and your way instead of my way. You're too busy holding grudges with everybody, with people that ain't even worried about you. People that ain't even worried about you, or things that no longer serve you. You need to ask God, if it's something that you continue being in similar situations, God, please, what is it within me that you're trying to teach me? Or what is it within me that keeps attracting these same situations? Partner with God. He is just waiting on you. And y'all need to forgive. Ask God, what is it that I need to surrender to you? God, I want to partner with you so that you can help me to forgive, because you cannot do it by yourself, y'all. You can't forgive by yourself. Just like giving up, like all those other things. You can't do it by yourself. You literally have to partner with God. Y'all need to forgive. It's simple. I know it's easier said than done. That's why you got to partner with God, because you ain't going to be able to do it on your own. And forgiveness is going to be a continuous practice. Like, you're going to have to continue doing it. You can't say, oh, God, I forgive them, and that's it. Child, I have to forgive, like, right now, one person in particularly, I am forgiving and surrendering them to God every single day. So, it's just something that you need to partner with God on and stop trying to do it on your own. Sorry, y'all. My notes. When God was speaking to me last night, giving me this word, child, I had my phone out and I got to typing because I wanted to deliver it the way that God gave it to me to y'all. So if you see me looking straight, I'm looking at the computer with my notes on it. I pulled it up on there. But yeah, y'all, work on forgiveness in this season, because y'all need to get out of bondage. I'm sure it's not fun. It's very uncomfortable. And you have been in that wilderness for too long. Longer than God planned for you to be there, because of your own disobedience, because of your hard-headedness, and because you want to do things in your will. When I keep trying to tell y'all, this is not your life anymore. This is God's. When you surrender to God and say, all of you, none of me, God, when you get baptized in the blood, this is not your life anymore. When you accept that call, it's not your life anymore. So you need to forgive, and you need to handle everybody with love, with grace, with gentleness, with kindness. Y'all better go look up them fruits of the Spirit. Galatians chapter 5, I think verse 22 or so. Go and read them. But focus on forgiveness, y'all. That is like the biggest thing. I encounter so many people, and I be like, I wonder, do they know that they still haven't forgiven that person? Like, and I ain't trying to be the one to just be like, you need to forgive. I do that. I do that to my friends quite often. I'd be like, I'm wondering if you've forgiven that person. Oh, and then God just reminded me, forgiving him, because y'all be having faith trauma. I know, been there before. When things don't work out in your favor or how you desired them to, or if somebody hurt you, you taking it out on God and be like, God, why would you allow that to happen? So you probably need to forgive God, because whether you know it or not, you holding a little grudge or holding something against my dude. And my dude is like, child, if you go back and look at that situation, where in there was I? Where in there did you check with me? And you probably didn't, if you want to be real with yourself. I know when I've had faith trauma plenty of times, and God got with me real quick. He was like, I know you're not. Because you never even asked me if you could date that person. If you would have asked me and invited me into that situation, I would have told you no. And you would have saved yourself all the heartache, the trauma, the pain, all the wasted time if you would have asked. So I just want y'all to spend some time with God. Go get it together. Work on forgiveness. Create you a list if you need to of folks that you know you need to forgive, and pray over them. Pray for that person. Pray over them. Surrender them to God. Ask God to help you on forgiving them. If you need to write them a letter, if you need to reach out to them, or write them a letter and maybe never give it to them, whatever it is you need to do, work on forgiving them. And remember, it may not work just one time you doing these things and praying over that person or to forgive that person. You may have to do it a couple times. You may have to do it every day. But all I know is you need to do it. Please share this video with folks that you know may need to work on forgiveness. And if you are in the DFW area, I'm going to post it in my community. I'm doing a hike and hill this Saturday at 8 a.m. at the Prayer Mountain, and I would love for y'all to come out. This is the first event for my own personal ministry, and I'm so excited, and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a great experience. So I would love for you to come and hike and hill with your girl. We ain't doing like no real hiking, okay? Because I ain't got no insurance for that. But we gonna go, and do a little hiking and some healing activities. And I would love for y'all to join. It is free 99, and it's for all of those other Jesus Christ followers and believers. I would love for y'all to join me. Bye, y'all.